Six Nations 2026 is officially here, people. Starting tomorrow at an odd date and time, Thursday, due to some scheduling issues and some other stuff happening in the world that is not rugby. How rude. Anyways, so we're going to do some rugby on a Thursday, Six Nations opener. But what a humdinger to open the Six Nations with. You've got a sometimes oft and on France team against a team from Ireland that everyone is writing off. Everyone in the media has been throwing in Farrell's face that, listen, you guys will be under pressure. This will be a difficult match. So whether they stand up against the odds will remain to be seen. I've written off Ireland a little bit this year, just due to the 2025 that they've had. And especially the walloping that they took at the hands of the Springboks towards the end of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to accomplish in this Six Nations, especially against a heavy favourite France team opening up the Six Nations. But anyways, we're going to head straight into some stats and figures for these two teams. Over the last 5 matches in the Six Nations, now that's stretching back to 2021, they've played 5, France have won 3, Ireland's won 2. And the average score between the two teams is 27-25. So it's been very, very equal, 50-50 coin flip most of the time in these games. And there's been a couple of away wins for France and for Ireland in the last 5 matches. So this game is being played in France, in Paris, which might count in the favour of France. But again, saying that the last couple of games have been a coin toss and that there's been away wins, anything is possible. And it is the Six Nations, people. It is the best championship tournament in the world outside of the World Cup. So you can expect fireworks from the get-go. And don't write off this Ireland team. They might not have the cattle anymore, I think, especially being rocked in the front row. But this team is still good. It's still a solid team. And it is 4 against 5 in the world. How true reflection that is of 4 and 5, I don't know. And I don't think it's a true reflection. Because France is not the 5th best team in the world. But they just mess around by sending their second and third string teams to South Africa, Australia and New Zealand in the mid-year tours. And then they kind of give up world ranking points. Easy. So, is it a true reflection of the 5th best team in the world? Don't think so. And Ireland, for me, has slipped below 4th in the world. So, I'd kind of switch the two around. Maybe England and France on level par. But anyways, back to the game. We're going to look at some squad news from these two teams, right? And if you start off with France. Now, France's pack is interesting, but the most interesting thing about the pack is their 2 second rowers. Charles Olivon and Michael Gillard. They are not out-and-out locks. They are makeshift locks. They do play lock. They play flanker. They play open side, blind side, and eighth man. So has France gone for a more mobile pack? Because this is a more mobile second row. And will that indicate to the type of game that they want to play? Because they put 2 locks in on the bench. So if they need some solidification in the pack, they've got the 2 bulkheads on the reserve bank. But for me, the big thing lies in the backs for this French team. They've got some superstars there. You've got the French world's best player and some people in Europe, but Antoine Dupont. This is his first game back since the last Six Nations, playing for France. And with that man on the field, anything can happen. Now the question would be, are they going to play him 9, take him off towards the end of the game, or are they going to do what they've done most of last year, move him to 10 and let him finish? Because you don't want that man off the field. If you have Dupont on the field, stuff will happen. And he will make stuff happen. So that's a interesting point there. And then the other one is Mathieu Jalabert at number 10. Now, if you go listen to some of the French media and the European media, he has been the form number 10 in French rugby. So that is an interesting one because they're not teammates. So how will that link up be between Jalabert and Dupont? Interesting, but they're good enough players to fix that very, very quickly, and they have played together many times. Now, the other interesting one is that they've left out Damien Penaud. Now, that is a big call for me. The dude is brilliant, but unfortunately, he's not the best defensive player, and turning around, go fetching a ball, not very good. So again, will this kind of link or point towards how the French will play in this game? Having chosen a different back three, okay, instead of Louis Belberet and Thomas Ramos, who are absolute staples. If you choose this French team, it's Thomas Ramos, LBB, Antoine Dupont. Those three is in lockdown. But how will they do with the new combinations? Because Moafane is absolutely brilliant. And then Deporte is interesting player. I haven't seen much of him in the past. I watched some highlights of him, and I've heard good things. But again, it's going to be interesting. Will this French team attack like they've done in the past? Louis Belberet kicks the ball through and chases and scores. He had some magical tries in the Six Nations last year. So will he continue with that Rich Weimer form? Will be remain to be seen, because he was kind of shut down by the Springboks. So will this Irish team try to do the same? Anyways, then moving over to the Irish team. If we can look at them there, they've been ravaged in the front row. And is that to do with the Springboks, the Springboks absolutely murdering them in the end of last year's tour? Because it's a kind of new-looking front row there, my friends. Jeremy Loughman is back after a while. Dan Sheehan is still there, but he went backwards on skates against the Boks. And then Thomas Clarkson is the other front rower. Now, they've got a bit of meat in Joe McCarthy there. So he will add a bit of bulk behind the front row to make sure that they don't go back so quickly. But then again, this French pack isn't the Springbok pack. So no pack is a Springbok pack in World Rugby. So will they be able to stand up against this French pack? Probably. They won't go back as quickly or as viciously. But then take Byrne. And then Prendergast, I'm actually glad that the boy got a chance to play, because he's a very good player. He's a good fetcher. He plays to the ball. He's got an engine on him. He can help in the line-out, which this Irish team would need, because last year's Six Nations, they were the worst team with regards to line-outs. They had the worst line-out percentage, win percentage, and the French had the best win percentage. So it's going to be interesting to see how this line-out goes in this opening match. And then obviously the two fan favourites, lock-on players, Josh van der Fleer and Caelan Doris. Now, I'm a big Caelan Doris fan. The guy, again, has skill sets to burn. He can run and run and run the whole game. He is a Peter Steph du Toit of this Irish team, an absolute superstar. And then probably you pencil him in first, James Gibson Park. I don't like the dude much. I don't think he's the best player, but he's solid, absolutely solid, one of the best nines in the world, just not my cup of tea. And then Sam Pendergast. Now, will this French team say, you know what, we're gonna target the 10 channel, give the ball to our big runners and just run at him the entire afternoon. Just chase him down. If you catch the ball, go for Sam Pendergast, because his tackling and his defense has been an issue for this Irish team in the past. So will they kind of target him? Most probably will, because that is the easiest target to go. And then after that, I'm absolutely stoked for this guy, and he's come back after quite a while in the wilderness, and that's Jacob Stockdale. An absolute, I flip and love this guy. He brings a bit of attitude. He brings, can also kick a ball miles, and he brings experience. He's been there and done it. So good to see Jacob Stockdale back. And then a very, very good midfield. People saying that Bandiaki is going to be missed. No, I think Bandiaki's time is over. But this midfield combination of Gary Ringrose and Stuart McCloskey is an absolute humdinger. Lights out. Gary Ringrose, I'm a big fan of Gary Ringrose. And McCloskey has played very, very well when he's played for Ireland. So this is an exciting centre partnership. And then Tommy O'Brien on the other wing. And then here, another one out of left field, blast from the past, Jamie Osborne. Hasn't played for Ireland for quite a while. And that is an interesting matchup, to say the least. Now, what do I think is going to happen? It's played in Stade Francais in Paris. It is an evening kickoff. And it's going to be a close game. Close game in a sense of, I think there's going to be 10 plus points here and there. But I'm going to put my prediction up as the video closes out. And if you guys will leave your comment, post your predictions, give me your take on what you think will happen in this Irish-French game. I think it's going to be a good kickoff. It's going to set the standard for this Six Nations. And it's it's two of the best teams in the Six Nations anyway. So guys, enjoy the rugby tomorrow. I'm happy that the rugby is back. I'm happy Six Nations is back. And we're going to watch it. We're going to see a French victory. And we're going to see some Irish tears. That's always a good weekend to have. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe down below. And I will see you guys inside the next gain line. Take good.